Let's resume Order of the Sinking Stars demo. This demo part 2. What the heck is going on? Apparently, it's now trapped in fast mode, and I don't know why. This is going to make solving puzzles relatively difficult. Is there like a button I pressed that caused this to happen? Apparently there was. Well, that was cool. I'm glad it stopped. Also, there's an easier way for me to leave. Anyway, I don't exactly know what we need to do so far, since I don't know what's been added entirely, but I figure going back to the center part and poking around can't hurt. See if this area is still completely locked off for the purposes of this demo, which it is. Probably should turn it down a little bit for me. Not really sure what I did to free myself from that. Alright, let's try over here and see if there's any other content.
Quickly, this way of getting around
Yeah, I've done this.
Cute. I don't mind it. Of course, I have always been a fan of the binary partitioning we use for national transport.
Yeah, we already did this.
Confusing as it may be to newcomers.
Is there any other
But the weakness
spot
of our
that could be
is that it
interesting?
enables travel only
I know there's more in the heroes area.
routes. With the method on display here, travel is two-dimensional and free. So, how do these transportation platforms work?
So,
Could they exist in our world too?
don't have
Is there
access to that from
something
here.
about the fabric of this place absent in ours?
Well,
Speaking of which,
I'm taking the crystal with me. I'm not allowed to take the crystal with me. So far, this has been a bust. I guess let's go over to the end of the heroes section and do that, because I'm pretty sure that's where there's additional content. Because we haven't figured that out yet. I know roughly what the count is, so we'll know what and where we'll be at, but beyond that, I don't know anything about what's in this demo. But this at least is an area that I know should have promise, and it does! Okay, cool, we can actually solve puzzles now. Hail there, you look to be from the west. Indeed I am, friend. Was headed to the west country, my plans were just interrupted. Pleasure or business? No pleasure involved, just looking for somebody. What? Okay, so this dude crystallizes plants. Okay, well I can work with that, I think. No, I can't. What's the reset button? That's the reset button. Okay. There's not a lot of things I can do. Trying to think of like what options we have. This seems to be the only intelligent one. You can change them back. Intriguing. So I think I know who you're looking for. Yes, we're after him too. Interesting. The blue cactus. It bothers me. Oh, actually, we don't need to get him around there. We can just bring him around the loop. We just do this. And that, and we win. Come, I've got some friends you should meet. And ever since then, unethical use of transmutation has been explicitly prohibited. I see. No unauthorized use, generally. No publicity or public physical use except in death situations. I see. There's a scroll called The Constraints on the Sacred Art of Transmutation. The Constraints, for short. Wow, that we all must memorize and swear by, which lays out the restrictions in detail. For example, we shall not transmute a flowering bush or a tree in springtime, unless the flowers are blue or violet, or the plants also bear fruits smaller than half a thimble in size. What? Yes, plants are fascinating. Now the question is, what do I want to transmute? Wait a second. This is one of those, isn't it? There's a trick here with these. Not sure I'm doing the correct thing so far, but fascinating. I can transmute my friends. I probably be a little bit pissed if someone did that to me. Not sure I've moved myself into a better position here. I think if we do this first, this is the same position I was in before. He can push more than one thing at a time. Can I use that to my advantage here? Intriguing. There are some other things that are weird in this particular puzzle. Like, I'm going to need to put on 3 crystals at the end of it, which seems like it might be challenging in a lot of ways. Namely, because I can't push around a corner, it means I need to push through both of these. Of course, that's not really relevant, because we still haven't actually solved the beginning puzzle, but you know. It's the little things that are of importance sometimes. I don't know, I feel like that's really gross is what I feel like. Yeah, I think that's the end of that statement. Yeah, there we go. Now we've freed ourselves up with some space. Just get these out of the way for the time being. Let's not do that, that kills it. What's up, Luis? How you doing? I'm going to be very curious to see what kind of puzzle... Oh, oops. Turning someone else into crystal can actually be useful in. Yeah, I don't see an easy solution to this one. I need to move these on. I'm just going to do this. Lacking any better ideas, we're going to start with this. Because I feel it might actually be relevant. There's no surface where I can push any of those. So that's unhelpful. And wait, this is it. Okay, I see it. You go over here, you turn that into that, then I push this out, rearrange my dude to be over here, push in here, and push. That wasn't too bad. It's kind of, I don't know if I like it. None but we are meant to know. Speak without reserve if you can keep a secret. Better than my friends can. The lore amongst our people is that transmutation is an inborn endowment held only by a lucky few, and that can only be elicited by decades of training. I see. Thus we protect the secret, if there is no trick. No one can steal the trick and abuse it. But he did. Well, first off, crystallize the dragon. Oh, wait, this is funny. Alright, you're making something for work, was trying to stream more Luigi Land. Oh, nice! I hope the thing for work worked out. Okay, and then I guess we just redo the process the other way around? I don't know what I'm thinking about this. You haven't actually played Luigi Land. Ah. I see the problem now that I'm facing. But it is eminently solvable with more transmutation. I looked at that grass and thought there's probably something to do there. I did look up how many puzzles there are in this new section of the demo. It adds about 30-odd puzzles, is my understanding. So we will see what happens. Anyway, we'll uncrystallize the dragon, which will get him killed, which was the point. And then move free. On the SNES front, I've actually got a setup almost complete in terms of hardware. My guild has a lot of secrets, too. The way you cross empty space seems blatant, not a secret at all. Normally it's slow and cumbersome. I was working on a way to speed it up. I did exceed myself somewhat. Okay, so to start with, there's one crystal. And it needs to be moved into this position. Okay. Played a game almost like it once. Luigi Land? Maybe. There's an awful lot of games I have played on stream. Some of which are easier for me to remember at this point than others. Especially when it comes to hacks. I've played so many hacks. Right. There's always a catch with this guy. Oh, I need my friend here. This might be a little trickier than I thought. Okay, so that crystal was stuck at the end. Now it's also stuck at the end, but I can turn it back into a cactus. There we go. On the other hand, if you're talking about this game, I do love a good block pusher, in all honesty. I play way too many block pushers. How long has your guild practiced transmutation? Tales of our origin are forgotten. 400 years at least. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a long time. Okay. So now we're in a maze. And I need to move both of these people over to here. Okay. I mean, we just did this. Why would I go to the other half of the maze? What am I missing here? I'm most assuredly missing something here. Don't know whether I've played. Like I said, I've played so many at this point. Not really sure what to do here. Except that's clearly not the play. Being able to retransmute doesn't seem useful at this. Oh, I think I see. I need to remove one of these. And that's why I need one space of freedom. I think. Okay. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of messing around, to be completely honest. This is a little bit tedious. No, do not. Okay. I feel like I'm making progress, but I honestly cannot tell. Okay, I've freed up a single bit of space, sort of. Now what? Okay, no. Move him up by one. No. Well, let's have him switch positions. And then move more crystals up. We've reached a point where I generally call these things towers of annoying. Like, you know what you need to do, you just have to do a large amount of execution to make it happen. No. Okay, and then this. So you can walk up one. Okay. He can walk over one. There we go. Freeze up this on the way back. Make my... not quite. This better be the right thing to do. Otherwise, this is going to suck. This, then this. There we go. Didn't think this through. Though I don't think I need to. Okay, well now we need to do some rotation. Okay. Freeze that up. There we go. Yep, that was just towers of annoying. Alright, so what do I get out of that? I guess another area, but not much. Cool. Do think the bridges are far more interesting. The areas that span beyond that are probably really cool. We just don't get to do them yet. I think I'm going to actually post that term, unless someone has actually coined it before me. How you doing, Kappa? I think towers of annoying is a good way to describe some classes of puzzles. Goblins, all the way down here. This must be the bard. Oh, they fought the bard. Fascinating. It follows rules. It moves. It moves. It still kills me, but it moves. Okay. This is weird. Okay, so I can't force it to move. Once it's inside of my aura or something, it moves up and down with me. Is there anything else I can do to it? Did moving it out of that position matter? No, because this wall is too thick. There's no shred awesome guitar solo button, which would be cool, but unsurprisingly there's not. I can move him up. I can move him down. But then I don't know what I could do with him beyond that. I can't put him back where he was. It seems very limiting. And I need to get him around the corner. But how? Oh, hey, there's a goblin. I didn't notice the secondary goblin. Okay, now we have options. I can move this goblin up. There we go. See, I was trying to, like, move the goblin into a different position, but that really wasn't what was necessary. I was thinking the tutorial level for a given critter cannot be that complicated. But here we are. Goblins aren't known for travel. I wonder what brought them here. Who knows? This used to be a nice place. A girl can hardly get around now. Okay, so there's a button that needs a pressing. And there's a goblin. Okay. Every once in a while, they produce a puzzle that I feel like I've played before. I feel like I've done this exact puzzle before at some point. It's got to be like a puzzle version of Deja Vu. The feeling you've solved this puzzle in another video game. Good riddance. Ah, the strange crystals. Finally. Are they filled with life as I've been told? I can push crystals too. And pull them. And force them to move on my axis. How bizarre. That was not what I was expecting out of this. But okay. They do respond and move. How funny. Okay. Not complicated. Now we find the man who made these. Well, boys, what can we do with you? I like how the frame rate suddenly drastically increased. Not that. What I really want to do is desync the two of us. I'm not sure that's the desync I want, though. Now once... that solves the problem. There were multiple ways of doing that. Glad to be done with them. I am definitely glad to be done with some goblins. Okay, well, that didn't unlock another area to go to. Let's see what this does. Hey, fellow traveler, mind helping me out? Yeah, of course. Does she force him to move too? Yes, she does. Does this kill all of us? Yes, it does. But when he's not in her aura, I can force him elsewhere. Undo that. Ah, I see the problem now. Once we're both in the aura, I cannot actually get her free. Why did I choose to put her aura in that position? I don't think I need to do it that way. And then I can push her down. I'm not sure what utility that had. Can I build more space? Not really. Okay, I think I see it. This is a weird... Okay, I need to push her over... No. I need to move her into... No. Because what I need to do is be able to push her out of the aura. And that's the problem with that plan. Is that he will also move. If we do it this way... Bard is a weird one. Girl likes to be manhandled every once in a while. Makes her feel alive. Oh my god. I don't get used to it. Stuck a feather in his hat and called him macaroni. Okay, so we've unlocked a few things. We've unlocked a pillow. Heroes 3, Bard Druid. We've unlocked a plinth. Territory beyond this point is inaccessible.
Enter this game into thy book of wants.
Already heard this a few times.
If you haven't already.
Did this...
But of course you have.
will be available. Meantime, skip ahead in the game by proceeding down this hallway. What is this? Oh, hello. What is this? I can move. We've defogged something. That's pretty nifty. Is this an in-between area? This... no, I wanted to see the map. This is an in-between area. Snazzy. Haha, we've unlocked an angle. Can't go that way, but still, there's something there. Alright, well, also there's not a whole lot there for me to do. I guess I've unlocked a shortcut. Oh, I'm green. Huh. I am green. That is mildly annoying. That I keep going between screens. Okay. Not really sure what I could do here. But clearly the game wants me to go this way. Or maybe I misunderstood what it said by which direction. Is there another source? No, there's only one crystal. I need like some sort of alternator ability. Is that what... I might have to come back from a different angle, possibly. How many puzzles have I solved? What's up, Matt? 84. Well, dang, 44 months. Thank you for subbing that long. It's a very long time. How you doing, Matt? I'm still having fun with this demo. This game's gonna be bonkers when it actually comes out. Yeah, I didn't expect that Nico to not actually do anything there. But here we are. Guess 4 doesn't transliterate, or maybe my regex is a little too strict. I said go down this hallway, so I guess it must be in the hallway to the right to get more, to just skip ahead. Alright, well we may need to check out the mirror aisle area. Oh, that's what's happening now. That's going to take a while. But I think I need to defog a mirror in order for this to work. It conveys 4 adequately. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kill it. That's enough of that. Boop. Okay. That's the problem. And suddenly, because I've clicked on it, it's now running in hyperspeed. I'm not exactly sure how I got rid of this last time I switched inputs. Or switched off of one thing and onto another. Maybe... No. No. Well, now we're stuck. This is going to make solving puzzles challenging. Because I'm going to fall in the drink a lot. It I can get up there. No. No. That's the recycle button. Undo. I just realized I can actually get up there. There we go. Single number is too high. It's very possible. It's very possible.
Your path has not been wrong, but this is where it turns.
And now I feel so warm. So this is what you want. To ever draw me forward. So far forward is to leave behind everything I know.
It's not merely what I want. It is what will happen.
What's up, Fedora? Or Friday. Old names die hard. I think I see what I'm supposed to learn here. There we go. Not hard.
I have a wife.
He has a wife.
I have a child.
He has a child.
Yes, you do.
And that breaks that mirror. Surface. Mirror's edge, perhaps. And now I'm over here. That means I can unlock another... I guess this is actually another node in all of this. Huh. Alright, well, let's try this one out. If we do this, I think it'll give me access to a mirror, which will let me move the crystal, and we'll see what
Will I
happens.
see them again?
If you want. And if you want. If you see them again, you'll be a better man. For them And for you.
Why is this mirror not... What is it? Where is this mirror even facing? Huh. Oh, I can't move rocks this way. Can I project myself all the way over there? These are the hardest mirrors to deal with. I guess maybe these are reflect-only mirrors? Is that the rule? Makes sense they would add a new rule. Ah-ha-ha. This does not seem like it's going to work well for me. Link to the Steam page? Alright, sure. I definitely will. The demo goes away tomorrow, so you can't play it afterwards, unfortunately. I'm gonna reevaluate my options. I'm actually not sure I can. I think this actually has to be the first move. Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah, this is a demo. It's not the full game yet. This is about 1/10 of the game, as I understand it. This doesn't give me enough path length to do much of anything. And I'm not visible in the other mirror. What am I trying to do? Yeah, this is Jonathan Blow's newest and greatest game that he's been working on for 10 years while working on a language. Do I have other options with that rock, or is that the only thing I can do with this rock? That is one of 2 things I can do with this rock, and both of them suck. Also, I can do this. Push the knot, stand a mirror to the left. Yeah, I'm not convinced that actually was a helpful suggestion. Not that left. I get the feeling this is trying to teach me something I really do need to know, but I'm not seeing it yet. Oh, I think I see what you mean. This mirror? Yeah, once a mirror is submerged, it's no longer useful. And, as you can see, I don't reflect in it. And you can step on it, which is hilarious. Do you think we should repeal the 15th Amendment? Gonna be honest, I don't know what all of the amendments are off the top of my head. So I'm not going to give any opinion on that till I look it up. How you doing, Eli X? What is the 15th Amendment? I don't think that was the civil rights one. I think 19 is usually the one they cite women for voting. Second one is guns. First one is free speech. Fifth is not self-incrimination. Lets black people vote. I don't think, I don't think I want to repeal that. That seems like a bad idea. It's a very interesting way of introducing yourself. Does not give me great hope. I'm very much in favor of the fact that we have repealed prohibition of alcohol. Big fan of that one. Really big fan of the not of being able to sell alcohol thing. There's also like the Fourth Amendment, which is a weird one, which doesn't require, which allows you to not have to quarter soldiers or something. I see what I need to do here. But it doesn't come up much. The other amendments are not nearly as interesting for the most part. Okay, what do I want to do now? Right, does this give me... I don't know what this mirror is supposed to do. No, it definitely reflects... Let me check this. Okay, it does reflect there, so I can reflect downward a bit if I wanted to, but that isn't interesting. I need to end up over there. That's the only mirror I can move through. But I need a heavy amount of path length. But that mirror is also the one I can start at. That's the important and irritating thing. I can push this all together a lot closer is the other thing. That's the key. We're shrinking the path length on that side, which should, I think if my math is right, be right there.
Will I see them again?
If you want, and if you want, you'll bring your son a gift greater than any you ever brought back from a courtesy voyage.
A courtesy voyage? It's a courtesy voyage. Okay, I feel like what I want to do... Look, it takes time. I could make 2 of me. I don't think I want to make 2 of me. What I want to do is like end up all the way over there. We'll see what happens. Something like this. Okay. Well, I can't get additional path length at the cost of lack of configuration. Wait, no, this is the opposite of additional path length. Also, I could just do this. Just move them all closer one by one. And then that is on the correct axis. And then we can just do this.
If I don't want,
He does want.
You won't want.
So it's got like Odysseus or something?
It is I who set the mere rights on their path. And I who now send you, not to them, but past them, along a path your own.
Can I use this mirror to extend my path length? Yes. But only just. Okay, for one, you want to reduce the path length by this. More than adequate. Though, actually... Wait, what? I guess actually maybe this is enough. And then we can do this, which is bad, which is also bad. Given I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do here, that's not ideal. There's no way for me to bridge a gap of 1. What am I trying to do with this rock? I'm trying to put it like right here. That's what I'm trying to do. So I can push this mirror down. Okay. So the goal is to get the rock to the right place. This might be a better option. I'm not entirely sure. Because it does reduce the path length ever so slightly. I'm noticing a pattern here. Okay. Yeah, my initial idea was to push it over here, but that's clearly wrong because I can't do anything about that. I only have degrees of freedom to push it sort of upward here. Let me do this. I'm not convinced, but sometimes my ability to think this out is a little bit scawampus. Because of that, there's a pattern here. What if I... It's really not what I want either. Put the mirrors on top of each other? Oh god, kind of. But not in any good way, just as a demonstration. You can, in fact, crush a mirror with a mirror. And get an awful lot of bad luck. Something like 49 years bad luck. Okay. What does God need with a starship? And what do I need to do to make this rock work? Alright, sleep well, Matt. See you later. Maybe one of these days I'll do a more EU-friendly time zone type thing. In the near future, once I get the SNES thing set up. We're working on it. I still have to flatten a machine and BitLocker's being annoying. Doubt. It's coming. It's coming. I put some work into it today. I have all the cables I need. It should work out if I can flatten the dang thing and install Windows 10. But BitLocker has decided to be a little bit annoying. I don't know how to turn it off. Some reading in my future, I suppose. Okay, what if we do this? Just to see what happens. It's interesting that's asymmetric. It's not what I was expecting. I don't love the noise it makes whenever I move a mirror. It's my least favorite, one of my least favorite things about this area. No, this provides no utility whatsoever. It's too far away. I can't split myself. That is an option that exists. Would that help me at all? I can't split the rock, though that would probably be useful. If I can get it over there, I can split it. But in order to split it, it needs to be between the two mirrors, and I can't get this on the other side of it. So, with that in mind, what do I do now? We've already eliminated this. This gets us nowhere. Because I can't get on any of the axes. If I push this down, then it's stuck. So, it has to be in one of these positions here. Start out here, which was clearly unusable. And I think this must be what you're supposed to do. Because I haven't tried this one yet, have I? I have tried this one and it doesn't work. Because all it does is move that down there. What I want to do is move it anywhere else, and then I could do something, but this isn't paying off yet. Minna seems good. I haven't played Minna, but I've heard good things from people I respect, so it's always a good sign. I've tried this. Was this in the base game? I'm actually like second guessing myself if I could have done this puzzle earlier. What if I've been thinking about this the wrong way? Okay, let's play with this for a moment. That's kinda... Is that interesting? It's interesting if I can get back over there under these constraints and I can't. But I can do something similar if I bring it in one higher, but then that's not really gonna do me much good either way, is it? This is one of those I'm hoping that some sort of neuron activation occurs. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, that's not gonna work. And even if I make the path length one lower, which would normally do something, that still puts me in the wrong spot, so that's not happening. I feel like I'm listening to Flintstones, like feet movement. There's something simple I'm missing here. Let me look at the overworld. Where am I? This is the last before I unlock the mirror, of course it is. Or I've unlocked the mirror and now can access that area entirely, which is lovely. Alright, you know what? We'll come back to that one. We'll remember it exists, but we'll come back to it, because apparently I unlocked this newer area, and I'm curious how the fusion area works.
Seems like a place they want me to notice.
Okay, it just makes a noise. There's a thing over there.
Hello in there.
Hello.
Have you any idea where we are?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
It's unusual, but I seem to have an unsolvable problem. I'm stuck.
I was about to say the same thing.
Okay. Wait, that crystal doesn't exist. Now it does exist. Okay. Interesting. Let's not mess with this yet. So I need all three of these to die, which is a little bit of a difficult problem, but can be solved by an application of mirror force. If I can move a mirror, and I can't move that mirror in any real form anyway, that would let me get close to these. At best I can just move these dudes, but that's not presently useful. Okay, I don't think I want to try to solve his half of this yet. So I have to make a choice. Which side do I want to put the rock on? I want to put the rock on this side so I have more freedom, I think. I don't know if it's a lot of useful freedom, but it's more freedom. Okay, so now we're at the blending part of the game, which is the interesting part, I suppose, because now we have mirrors and these dudes. Yeah, I should have just pressed this button. It's the same thing. Whether it's so odd looking at this now. That spot. Okay, so I misunderstood something, but yes, this is doable. Okay, so swap that in. And then we move our hero over here. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do with this, but I feel like moving this over here is helpful. Not sure how it's helpful. Okay, I'm actually really not sure how that's remotely helpful. That's the only place I can move it. I've solved half of the puzzle. I just have to figure out what the other half is. Double check something. It is on this side, right? Yes, it is. Okay. Was pushing that rock there the wrong move? Could I have... I could not have gotten there using the mirror alone. Okay. I definitely think that I need to get him on that other side there, but we also have to kill the three critters, which means I need to move them at some point. But I'm not sure how. There's also that rock down, there's also that spot down there, which is of great interest to me. But I have no idea how I would even get down there to that specific location. So I can move the mirror. Yeah, I'm not enamored with that. Because any place I move the mirror to is going to prevent me from getting back here. There's not that many degrees of freedom in this puzzle. Because I can only move this block if he's there. That doesn't do anything immediately. Moving him back doesn't solve any problems. Is this block movable? No. It's not, unsurprisingly. Is there anything over here that I'm missing? Obviously, I'm missing something because I can't do anything with that brick now. Let me draw a line. Yeah, he's 2 off from where I am. Oh, is that what this does? You can pick other. Oh, cool. Okay. So instead of rotating around the block, you can use the line. Good to know. Is there any other spot where the teleportation could occur? Go up when it's blocked by that rock. Go down, it's blocked by that. I need to be able to move so far outward. What? I can move the mirror. I hadn't considered that. Why could I move the... I can move the mirror if and only if it's on the non-conducting side. Which means I can move it small amounts, but not large amounts. That is really funky. Sup, Overflow? Not use his graphics. It's a little bit hard. Is there a redeem to save me from the tunnel? The tunnel of what? Hi, Scumbular. Is that complaint that I'm inside of a tunnel? It is a very echoey place. I can't really get around that. Higher ceilings than I'm used to. Or all upstream. Yeah, pretty much. I guess in theory I could stream from the other room that has carpet, but I don't know if it'd make that much of a difference. To be fair, I almost always have a fair bit of echo whenever I'm streaming, except when I streamed outside, and that was funny. Does that help? Is that something I could have done without that? Knock out all the walls and bingo? True. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But no, I'm not doing that. It's a rental. Can't afford it. I was thinking for a moment I might be able to get this mirror into an interesting spot, but I don't think I can. Build a pillow fort. Oh, that's not a bad idea. My nephew would love that. I'm not sure that would work out well long term, but he would definitely love that. Even if I do this, that doesn't get me on the axis I need. Yeah, no, I'm 80% sure. Wait, where am I? I can't move until I move the crystal, but I don't have to kill the crystal. I can move this back one, and I have a free crystal. Okay, I think this is the key. This is definitely an important part of this. I've done something without destroying the crystal. I could instead do this, which seems ultimately a lot more powerful somehow. Not entirely sure how. This is probably not it, but hey, let's play around with it for a second. Let's play around with it for a second. Will this get me? There, it does. Huh. Not useful, but it does get me there. Well, I'm not sure what to do with this. That is the only latitude where I can put the mirror and it does something. I also can no longer move the mirror, which means that this is a dead end in some ways. But at least it was interesting. Okay, other options. Other options. It's not really a lot of them. I'm not sure what I want to do with that one down there. Like, I think what I need to do is position the mirror such that I can get these dudes to fall into the drink. But that's not really easy. Suppose if I do this, at least I can do that swap. Yeah, no, that didn't really help me at all. Like, that crystal gets stuck there. There's not, like, anything I can do with that crystal when I'm done with it. Unless I can get this guy to the other side again, which I can't. There's no angle that allows for it. Which is fascinating. The fact that I can move the mirror is good, but, like, I could move the mirror with the other dude. It really doesn't matter. The only spot where that'd be useful is if I could keep him above the angle and move it downward. But all I can do is move that rightward a little bit, and that's not really what I need. If I switch to him, I have the complete ability to move the mirror, but where do I want to move it? And there's no spot I can move it such that I can retrieve it once I push it past this point. Like, this doesn't really do anything for me except allow me to put him in this exact spot. And then I can have him swap in and out with him. Like, it's not... Like, basically I have to kill the mirror. Wait. I basically have to kill the mirror. That does allow me to get them both on the same side, but that also is bad because then he's stuck. So that's not a winner. Alright, let's approach it from a different angle. I want to start with him. I think what I want to do... Oh, this is actually harder. So I want to move this guy, but then I can't... Actually, can I come back around this way? I can, but then he's not in the position I need him to be in. So I can't walk down more than one. I need to walk down two if I want to try to put in a position to do anything with, really. Maybe I need to get that crystal over there. That might actually be what I need to do, is get the crystal over there. This crystal here, but how would I even do that? Okay, well, back to the problem at hand. Right, because I can move the crystal once without it becoming a problem. I can move this crystal back. Okay, I can't do it that way. You have to do it the other way. That's fine. Okay. I really need that crystal on the other side so I can push these guys around. In fact, I went to bet I could probably just push them into the water if I had a crystal, which might be what that crystal's for, but how would I even move that crystal given the angles involved? Like, I can't really put the mirror in there unless we can get both of us on the same side. Like, I can park the crystal here, but, like, I can only reflect a certain distance, and I can't reflect far enough in that way to do that. So I'm wondering if there's just there's a step here that I'm missing. There's an inductive and important step. And I'm just not sure if I need to remove my crystal now or try to save it for later. Yeah, this is here. Okay, really bad idea. No. I can do something here. I just don't need. I need to play with it for a minute. Okay, really bad idea. I can, in fact, retrieve that crystal using the power of this. Never mind. It doesn't go. These are hard. It's a shame this is disappearing tomorrow. I would like to tool on it more, and I'm like, what, how many puzzles in? 88, so there's 12, 17 more puzzles somewhere. 2 of which I know where they are. Actually, can I do anything else? Is this the only puzzle on the overworld? Yeah, this is the only puzzle on the overworld. Seems important. Oh, hey, there's one of these.
Quigley, I'm standing on a platform side.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that. Okay.
Quigley, I'm standing on a platform sized for 5 abreast. It's gilded and engraved at such a level of detail as to feel just wholly extravagant. Most of the detail resides underfoot. Why make nice carvings that will abrade with each step? But it has me thinking. Many things here are not what they seem. For one who can build an overworld such as this, who can reproduce these buildings, objects, natural environments at such scale and breadth, surely for him, conjuring a little gold isn't a problem. Who would consider gold to be precious when it is as easy to acquire as dirt? Yet I'm impressed, and maybe that's it. To show ignorant visitors that these golden areas are special.
Huh.
I've caught glimpses of several such platforms. Perhaps there's a pattern to their distribution, but this is the first I have managed to reach, and I've yet to touch its central glyph.
That's weird.
So, I've no idea why it's important, but it's time to find out.
Interesting, it wants me to tell me to look at that at this point in time, but I'm not sure why. All right, back to the question at hand. What to do? I'm happy with this as the first set of moves. The problem is, he literally has no meaningful moves he can do that'll help him kill these dudes. Because you need to be able to stand adjacent to them. There's no way for him to stand adjacent and not die to move one of these critters. There has to be some sort of crystal or something else that he displaces. Hey, look, it's not doing that anymore. That's nice. I almost read what Fistbit was going to play. Almost. So back to this. Okay, double check. Doesn't seem likely, but... Well, I want to double check something silly. Make sure I'm having a misunderstanding somewhere. Nope, that rock is not usable. I can, however, like actually save this mirror after pushing it so far, right with the use of Wizard Man, but this is not solving the problem at hand. Again, where do I want to put, like, clearly there's 2 places where I could put this crystal. I could make that a branch over, but I don't think it helps, or I could have, I think this is a better first move, because I can move the mirror here somewhat, move myself independently. But at the end of the day, I'm still not sure why I want to do that. And before moving him, I need to move the mirror to wherever I think is actually helpful. Or at least someplace I think he could do something with it. Yeah, there's no reason, why would I want to put him in that bottom spot there? Yeah, I need both of them over here if I want to solve this, or I need a crystal. There's no getting around that. And that crystal is now stuck there. There's no tangent that'll let me do anything with this. I put the mirror down there. There's no way for me to get the mirror in there and have the wizard on the other side of it yet, is there? Like, what I really want to do... No, because he can only push it back by 1, or 2, or 3, or whatever, but he can only ever push it back on one of the 2 given axes, which makes it a lot less useful than I would hope. For having so few moves I could actually make. Yeah, because like once I move him there, the mirror is stuck, and I can't do that, and I can't get back over there. So this is clearly a losing move, but it looks so good. Going back to the maybe I can do something with the crystal itself. Can I, without you burning the crystal, make it across that path? The answer is no, because I would have to put the mirror here, and I can only be one path length away. So I could never, ever get to that bottom part without that. The crystal similarly cannot move for the same reasons. It is stuck there. I can burn a crystal and get the mirror stuck to move that crystal somewhere else, but that's stupid. I need to get the crystal to where the wizard is, so I can get my dude on the other side of it. Even if I do put the crystal where the wizard is, does that let me do that? He will want to teleport back and forth. I need 2 objects over there, and there's only one spot for it. This is a really tricky puzzle. I'm back to this. I don't think there's another move that makes sense. But I don't think there's any move that makes sense. Like, doing this doesn't help. Then I destroy the mirror, and then what? Like, this is such a whoop-de-doo. Because again, he's on a different axis. Maybe I've got the shape of this wrong, right? Like, maybe that crystal's always meant, the bottom right crystal's always meant to be dead at the end of the puzzle. And there's no way around that. Let's start with that assumption. Because the more I look at it, the more I think that it might just be there for transit purposes. Which is silly, but, you know. And then we're back to this problem we've been at before. The problem of how do I teleport this object? Is there any way to teleport this object where I want it to be? The answer really isn't good. Because, yeah, I can't really do much, and that kills it, sort of. Whoa. Also whoa. Is there something I'm missing about pushability somewhere? Because, like, I like the key concept of this puzzle. Like, each person can't solve the problem on their own, but I need to kill the goblins. I have no meaningful tools with which to kill goblins on this side. Like, unless there's a big obvious thing over here, like a big button that kills all the goblins. I need a crystal. I need a mirror. I need something. Because, like, I can't get near these without them killing me. So my pusher robot here is not as helpful as I would hope. And, like, there's no way for me to... Like, I can't teleport any of them such that they'll kill each other. It's just not something he can do. It's obnoxious. Yeah, let's not do any of that. The way this puzzle is so constrained, you really would think I would not be having such a hard time figuring out what to do here, but here we are. Okay, can I move it? Why do I think moving it up by 1 is going to help? Moving it up by 1 doesn't make any difference. Moving it down by 1 Actually, moving it down by one would make a difference. Huh. Alright, let's approach this from a different direction for a minute. Let's play around with being a wizard. So I can move him there. And put them back. And then I can come over here. And I have successfully placed a goblin where I once was. What can I do with this fact? Not a bloody lot, because I still can't end up across the way. I can move the goblin with a mirror. Like, do I want to do that? Is there a property of goblins and mirrors that make this make sense? Okay, good to know I can swap that way through a mirror. I can swap that way through a mirror. Okay, I think that might be the central concept here. Okay. So then we save our rock. We use the rock. Oh, wait. This is tricky. We have to do this in discrete steps, I think. No, wait, we discovered that that wouldn't work because the distance is too... Well, it doesn't matter if the throw distance is too far. We're moving the wizard. Technically speaking, we're moving the wizard, not the rock. Okay. Move that down temporarily. My video is frozen? Oh, that's not good. Sup, Rex Arena? That's really weird. Wonder how long it's been frozen. Well, it's not frozen on this. Let me do something silly. Can I... What can I switch this to that's not evil? Too many of these things have stuff in them I don't want people seeing. Explorer DXE. Woo, look at that. Is that still stuck? That looks hilarious on stream, in all honesty. There we go. Well, thank you for letting me know, Rex. That is incredibly helpful. Now it'll go at hyperspeed for a moment. I don't know why, nor have I figured out how to disable hyperspeed. But we'll try and solve at hyperspeed regardless because it's funny. Hopefully it goes away soon. This did not happen with the demo before. Some change they've made. Oh, now... Oh, right. I can't get across the way without that. Anyway. How did I get rid of this before? No. There we go. Somehow it thinks that, like, I'm holding down the hyperspeed button right after doing that. I don't know why. Okay. So I can swap with things I see through a mirror. How does that change? I mean, I could always do that to some extent, but okay, I can swap with things I can see through a mirror. How does that change what I want to do with this? I don't think I can avoid this. I don't think I can avoid that. But now what? I can exchange with things I see through a mirror. It's on the wrong axis for that to work. But I could push it down. No. Once again, just sounds like I'm playing friggin' Hanna-Barbera nonsense here. Because, yeah, I can't get around this. I need a way to get him over here. That's not going to work. I need him to be... I need to be able to push that by 1, which I can't. There's no way to do that. I'm pretty sure even if we did swap here, it wouldn't get us anywhere good. Because, yeah, it's too short. I need to get the full length. And I can't get him behind there to do a swap-a-rooney, because that's what I really want to do. But I need both of them on this side, which would require being able to swap the rock that I need in the first place. I come back to the same initial proposition that I do not actually have. Keep mixing up the 2 buttons. That I don't actually have a line of sight on this. What do I do? Because, right, I can only choose to either move the mirror or move the rock. There's just some little trick here that I'm missing. There has to be. Like, I'm pretty confident about the moving the gremlin down here bit. Because it lets me actually move him onto the tile. But then the mirror comes in. And I'm back to the same spot of having only one person on any given side. I need to be able to displace the goblins. Can I push the goblins into the mire? Is that a thing that I can do? How would I know unless I can experiment with it? I don't have that knowledge. So the question comes back to, what is the right first move? Because it doesn't matter what I do. There's no way for me to get to 2 there. Okay, so I don't think that there exists a way for me to get the wizard onto this side without using the crystal right here. Like on this spot or on the spot, well, I have my arrow, on this spot or on this spot. So I have to use the crystal somewhere. I have to use it, I think, from the get-go. The upside of using it on this spot is I get more latitude. I can move the mirror around. The upside of using it on the other spot is not much. So I don't think that that's useful, unfortunately. I think this has to be the first move. The question is, what's the actual next move that I want? I want to move the mirror to be here. Can I do that? Because if I could move the mirror to be here, then he could teleport it from over here. But there's another chicken and egg problem in that I need him over here to do that. And there's no way for him to teleport it upward. No way for him to teleport it into that position without him being on the other side of the mirror, as we keep getting into. Because he can move the mirror to the right, and he can move it up, but he cannot move it down, as we keep reestablishing. Because he's too, yeah, I can move it here, but then that's dead. As long as I left it down by 1, I can move it here, but that's also not as helpful as I want. I really need to move it here, but that requires, again, both of us being on the same side of this. And me being a lot more careful. I almost want to go try the other puzzle now, because I'm just confuzzled by this one. There's something small and important that I'm missing, and I don't know how to get to it. All right, let's try the other thing we had for a moment. Not really sure what to do from here, but... Okay, move him back over, switch spots. And then... Right. Wrong person. I do think it's fascinating that I can force a swap, but not next swap, by positioning there. But then the mirror is dead, so what's the point of that? And I've placed him on an island, which is silly. So then the only move I can make after that is destroy the mirror, but then I can't get... boy, if I put him there, then I can never actually get back. I can never come down. Well, I could do that. Okay, that's not unreasonable. I can move him around and then die. But, like, there's nothing I can do beyond move Wizard exactly to his endings point without having done the work to help the fighter. So... what happens if I do it again? Like, what happens if I do this? Like, this is literally the only other thing I can think to try at this point. Okay, so I can't swap them in place. Wait, hold up. This is actually something. This is actually the start of something. Okay. Swap. Gotta be careful. Swap. Swap. That's it. That is actually it. I spent a lot of time considering other angles, but no. Really, once again, I should have just trusted that Jonathan Blow and the other puzzle designers had an exact plan, and I didn't need to consider the not using other parts of the puzzle. That was hard. Alright. So cool, 2 things cracked. I now have a tile here I can push. I apparently rate 3 suns. I'm not sure what this means. It's another shortcut? It's another shortcut. Alright. So this is with that spot, and this one is with that spot. Okay, well that's the important spot, I guess. Let's puzzle. Yeah, thanks. I spent way too much time on that.
It's like when it all just stays together.
It's a weird comment to make. Okay. So I only have 1 dude, and I have 2 classes of buttons. In order to complete this puzzle, I need to place something... Is that on it? No, it's not. Okay. So to start with, let's check something really quick that I think is important. At the end of it, I can shove that off. Okay, good. And then I can retrieve this. After that last puzzle, this does not seem nearly as difficult, but I'm wondering, I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. It didn't, but I'm still waiting for it.
So much water everywhere. I wonder what would happen if I fall in there.
We've seen it, actually. Now this is basically classic Sokoban at this point. No. Okay, yeah, they're trying to mess with me here. I can see it. Yeah, overshot a little bit, but that's fine. It's actually probably beneficial. Yeah, compared to that last prior puzzle, that was so easy. Alright, so what did that unlock? We have a rock here. And a rock down there. Ah, I see the difficulty this rock poses. I need to get it into a position where I can push it up there so that I may retrieve my pillow object, which I don't know what it is, but I want it because it's there. Heroes in water. Yes. And I've defogged a whole nother area. This one, I get access to the abilities. There's another star. I have unlocked so much puzzle. And there's more. That's cute. We sunk it. I don't know if this is a good idea. We're going to do this one. Okay. No die. Oh. Is that what I want? Is there there's a mechanic here I don't see what I'm doing with yet. What is that object there? It still moves in water? Okay, I didn't see that coming. What is this object? Not important is the answer there. Oh, this is slick. How do I... And then it just skips for a second. Okay, let me use that real quick. Okay, now it's stuck in hyper mode. We fixed that. And then I desync it here. Can I wrap? Oh. Oh, okay. Wherein we learn something, I guess, important, is that we can ride the sucker. Well, not if I desync like that. I've desunk it further. Let's see, how does this work? When I stepped on it, I step over all the way. Okay. Whoops. So I want to be on the same plane. And then we go around the loop. And then I need to rewind a little bit there. Yeah, that's annoying. I'm one away from where I want to be. There's no winning with that. Okay. Clearly there's another trick here. I can rewind what I did here. That is an option. Okay, I'm not allowed to do that, which would have been really cool. I'm not sure how to produce the correct amount of offset. Maybe I do this and I can bring it back down. No, because whatever I do is going to end up having the exact same but opposite effect. Because because I can only ever move it down in increments of 3. Never mind. I'd almost forgotten where I was trying to move this thing. Almost. There we go. That was fun. Okay. How many puzzles am I up to anyway? 91. Okay. Hope there's another bard puzzle. I had fun with that. Okay, no dialogue. I need to get him off of the boat. I see the problem with my plan. Right. Let's just move you. And then, oh, I push her once, and that solves the problem. It's nice to be in an somewhat easier area, I guess. I feel I should have been coming at this from a different direction. That crystal... There's another crystal here, I just realized. Right, because I can make it dance. And here I can move it upwards using the same basic principle. Move it upward one more so I can put the kibosh on that, but then I need to move it around the corner. Move it up and around the corner. There we go. That's a big one. Was really spitting dialogue here. Okay, so I can move a block. Okay, well, there's the problem. It's a long tube, I can't really do much with him. But he can swap with her. She can move the block. And then he can do some fine adjustments. Is that not on the same plane? It's not on the same plane. There we go. Move him upward a little bit. What's my plan with this? I need the block and her. I'm not sure I'm seeing this quite yet. I need the block to be over here. Swap with her. Swap with the block. I don't want to make him move. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm back with the same problem with... I can only seem to have one or the other on the other side. Because I need to have two objects on one side, and I cannot. Like, I can get the rock over here, which is great, but then I can't bring him back. It's about placing the rock in exactly the right spot before I do this. No, the right spot is one to the right from here. which is not a spot where you can go yet. I need to have her over there with the block in order for this to work, right? Because he can't move a block one square and she can. Man, that little note every single time she starts is going to get annoying quick. I'm back to the same kind of problem, which is how to get the chicken and everything across when there's already two objects on this side and they can only place one object. How did this start? Okay, this is how this started. All right. So the first and obvious move was to get him to move her over. There's still two objects over here. There's still two objects over here. And then it's easy to move him over there and put the crystal there. But there's no way for me to really get both the crystal and the bard to the... The bard can make people drown. That's actually really funny. Do I have a way to do this? How do I get three objects? How do I do this? I'm just going to park her over here for the time being, because I don't know what to do with her. I can decide which of the two I want on that side, but that doesn't change anything, does it? It's stuck. I can't move the block at that level of distance. There is no distance at which I can move the block, not that it would matter, because right, I can move the block when it's in the water. Okay, that's the key to this. Okay, so let's do something. Not sure it's the right thing, but it's already going in the water anyway, so... the problem with my brilliant plan is that... Well, let's see if it's a problem, actually. It may not be a problem. Okay, and then we can use him to effectively reposition her to where I won't need her to be. Or, you know, I could just... this works too. There we go. So close yet so far away. Not that it matters, because we can do that. Swap-a-rooney, and in we go. What if they keep track of which side people are really doing with that? I got a thing. Does that count in my... Okay, no, not really. Oh, maybe there's a sign here? Territory beyond this. Yeah, we've read that. All right, cool. I found a thing. All right. Well, over here is a bunch of stuff. What is this related to? This doesn't have a relation. Interesting. I'm just going to do this to see what it does. More of the over world. Territory is not accessible.
Perchance thou couldst wishlist the game. Perchance thou couldst.
Noticing a pattern with you. It's fun just to do that. Okay, I need both of them down so I can get in there if I want to. What tools do I have at my disposal? Oh, I guess it's also all of this. Let's take a look at all this. Am I dragging? Yep, I'm dragging, okay. I am dragging things. Not sure. In fact, I can't. I'm dragging things. If I'm dragging things, I can never drop them in the water, can I? How in the world? Oh, wait. I'm also allowed to push things. Oh, thank goodness. That felt good, but I don't think it was the right thing to do. I need to get over to that star. I suspect this is related to that. Yep. Question, if I do this and then reset, does it do exactly what I expect it to do? It does. If I were to pull, there's no place where I could pull. I can't pull him. Wait. That just lets me reset the puzzle. And that gets us in there. Didn't mean to do that at all, but I don't think I had a choice because of the way pulling works. Cool.
So I'm telling you, we'll bring some gourds on a big, big cart, we'll fill them up with water, bring it all back home, and we'll be rich.
Will the water behave the same way back home, or will it poof apart? I don't think I want to be around a cartload of water if it explodes in mist.
Okay. We've got something funky going on here. So we have 5 crystals that aren't on any sort of pressure plates. I need to get them to places such that we can do the stuff we want to. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots if I could make that work. Swap back. But I don't think I can push around corners for obvious reasons. But it feels good to drop some things here. That is the correct amount of distance at least. Now the question is, what can I do here? She can pull them. I can put him here, but then she'll still be in the way. I mean, I can get to one of these. That's easy enough. Wait, that one's stuck on that edge. Oh, but I have her, whatever. Okay. So, do I want to try and get in there? I don't think I do. Because there's no way this little wiggle actually helps us. I can't push anything into interesting enough spots. Or can I? Let's play with this. I think this actually might work. So if we go here, and then we place our dude here, and then let her drag in one, swap, and then do the same trick a third time. I think this is actually it. It's almost it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I just need to position her correctly. There we go. And then let her pull it down a bit. Swap back. Her pull this in. And then we do the same basic trick here. But I need to do it in a different way. How am I going to do this in a different way? So I need to push it when it gets over here. This is so close to the solution I can smell it. But I'm not really sure where she needs to go for this to work. It's like if I let her pull from there... Wait, I think I might see it. Okay. So we do the same thing we did last time. We let her take care of the corner. She goes around. I think we overshoot. No. We overshoot with him. And then she pulls the rock backwards. Okay, no, hold on. This is so close. Okay, we do this. And then I actually didn't need to go out that far, but whatever. I just didn't want to mess it up. We push this through. She comes over here. And we win. There we go.
Why exactly would people even buy this water?
Because it's neat and interesting and different.
That is a compelling argument. Yeah, can't argue with that. Alright, now the part that's going to suck. We have to basically do that same puzzle again. The exact same way we did it before. Actually, no we don't. We can do it lazily. Without having to be smart about it. Okay, good. I was worried for a moment that I had misunderestimated how this worked. But this is looking good. Okay.
Wonder how the goblins feel about all this weird water.
Alright, cool. This is a tutorial of some sort to show me I can push goblins into the water. Ah. Clever. Famous last words. It's true. How you doing, Rain Steps? Let me think about this for a moment. Yeah, okay, I can make this work. All right, so let's just get rid of this guy. Wait. There we go. I mean, yeah, still pretty close. How you doing, Fries? Still pretty close to normalish. And there we go. They can be all friendly with each other. We can just win.
That answers
I've been
that
enjoying. I have been. I have been.
Well, this will be a story to tell my grandkids if I make it out.
I feel like I'm now solving the End Queen's problem. So how you doing, Fries? Right. I gotta be very careful here. Because I don't want to destroy any of my friendly ones. It's a shooting gallery of sorts. Okay. This is worth noting that anytime I move one of these critters up... Oh, wait, that... Ugh. I can never move them back down. Tired? Sick with COVID last week? Oh, that sucks. Sucks to get COVID again, and again, and again. There's a trick here. An important trick I just realized. You have to do this in a certain order. And I haven't been paying attention to the order. Okay. So, So, here's what I noticed. Go back a step, please. Hard to demonstrate things when they're all going to murder me. The important thing I noticed is that this goblin is at the bottom row here, which means I need to push that guy all the way to the bottom for that to happen. If he's going to be pushed all the way to the bottom, he's going to kill all my other dragon buddies. So, in order for this to happen, his work has to happen last. Or I have to push him so far to the right that we can... No, that doesn't work, because he still has to cross paths with one of the dragon buddies. So no, he goes last to some extent, is what we've learned here. The question I have, really, is how am I going to route everything in? Similarly, this dude right here has to be pushed all the way to the left, so we also have to beat this constraint. So he's the second to last, I think. So I really need to work on the right facing and the this one. Okay. I think pushing him down by one is fine. I can't push him up and I can't push him down. Yeah, because if I do this, he roasts him. And I have no other crystals or anything. And I need that to go off. I can't push him to the right any. I've never moved him. How? So I need him to go all the way down the row first. What's up, motion blind? How you doing? I am trying to think. I didn't move him. I did move him once. I moved him up. If I move him up or down, I can. That is fine and free. I can move him to the right a little bit, but anytime they cross, looks interesting. It is. It's tricky. I can't cross the beams. Because, yeah, that'll kill him. This is becoming a massive, like, ordering constraint problem. Which, I don't know if I can figure this out in the right way. Oh, no, wait, hold up. He needs to be up there. Push him all the way up here. I can at least roast these first two. But then I don't know what to do with this one once I'm done. Because if I move him down, he'll roast that one. If we move this one down, he'll roast that one. I need him to roast several things. So I have this constraint where I can't really get around that. I could actually just kind of move this guy to the bottom row and be safe. I'm gonna try that. That's fine, I don't care if they roast the goblin or not. So now I don't care what happens to this guy, which is lovely. That's one thing where I don't have to worry about the beams being crossed anymore. Similarly, if I move this guy over here, he dies. Oh. Right. I ended up with the same problem. Easy enough to implement directly in D&D? Oh, you're completely correct. Okay, I think we need to play this slightly differently than I thought I needed to. Okay. Move him up by one. I don't care about that. And then move... No, because the upward is still the problem here. I can just kind of get rid of this guy. That was the wrong move. But yeah, like, this guy, once he's done his work, he's done. And I can do the same thing with this one on the right. Dragons, the players would roast the targets themselves. I mean, if they have the latitude to. I don't blame them for it. Is that what the trick was? I think that's what the trick was. Okay, I think I see it now. I forgot that there's a useful property I should have been exploiting, but... can I exploit this property? Maybe. Alright, we're gonna play with this real quick, because again, I like the idea of doing this first. Because then I don't have to care about this dragon. The problem is these dragons do need to cross the streams. So here's the new idea. Push him into this row, and then up one. And then use this guy as a sacrifice. Because it's turn-based, and I can get away with it. There we go, that's the solution. That's how you train your dragon. Still felt like I was playing like an N Queen's problem. Alright, now we get to go solve the same problem but differenter. Loop. You just come around. It does amuse me you can leave out via a different gate. I'm not sure this is going to save me any time. In fact, I know it's not, because I didn't set up for that. Oh well, we'll just do it the slow way. There's really no shame in that. I mean, there's a little bit of shame in that, but there's not that much shame. I can live with the amount of shame I'm suffering. I ended up looking into Rescue Rover a little bit, since that's a block pusher and I was curious how it's put together. Turns out that ID software...
It's fairly funny. Don't tell anyone I did this, okay?
Are there two thieves? Huh. Weird. ID software used the same editor for an awful lot of different projects. Oh. Maybe I should actually...
They wouldn't believe me if I told. Sure they would, given all the other craziness.
I'm not sure what to do here. I can't move a block against the wall using these two characters. I can move a character against the wall, but I can't move a block against the wall. I'm missing something important here. Just stand right here. Because, yeah, I need to stand on one of these to get the character to move all the way over. Woo. Anyway, ID Software used the standardized editor for a long time, which includes a bunch of things like Commander Keen and Cosmos, Cosmic Adventures, possibly, and other things. Dumb idea. That works, kinda. I don't know if I can drag another block into the exact position I want it, but I can just... Oh. Well then, that answers that question. Okay, so reactivating it will destroy the crystal, which I think is something I already knew. which means I need to get this all together, all at once. No, that's how I need to play this. Okay, cool. I got this. Pull it up. One of these days. Okay, and then move her off. Sometimes it's
Tell me
close.
what happens later?
That's the point.
What do you want to know?
Okay, well, not an amazing start on that. Blue. Why are they blue? Oh, right. And she can come over with this. No, that's not it. I'm not entirely sure yet. This is the same thing as it was before. Okay, so I need her for the... So you can get over here. She can get over here. This is a cycle thing. And I was in a better spot for a moment. Okay. So do that. Uh-huh. Nuts. You know, the yellow is like the least important part now that I look at this. Or is it? No, I need the crystal on the purple. I'm about 80% sure that's true. I have successfully done nothing here. No. Okay. No, this is it. No, it's not. I need the blue to do that. Focus. It's a quote worthy of a gravestone. I'm just going in circles. Because I can do this and that, but not the other thing. Okay. So you can like literally almost, I can't walk because of that. And the blue one needs to be on so she can move. Can't work a hop there and hop there. I think ultimately what I want is for the crystal to be on the blue. doing this thing again where I'm just moving pieces around a board without actually thinking about the implications of what I'm doing here. Purple, we can both get over here. But what I really need is on blue and purple. But then she can't move anywhere, and I'm just, I guess I'm going in circles. The constraint here is bizarre. Okay, and I can get here or here, but then what? Then he can't get across because he's not on the purple. Okay, maybe what I want to do swap places. Purple. No, now we're both on the wrong side of the divide. Need to get her over here, and then get the crystal into a position such that he can just go in, and he's on yellow right now, that's fine. So we can just doing the same thing over and over. I'm just going around in differenter circles, hoping that one of them is a better circle. Kind of wondering if this actually would work. Because yeah, like I can choose not to use one of these edges if I do that. I just need to pick the correct edge. I think no, it can't be purple. But then it lets me use exactly one of these without needing to get across. I can have exactly one of these held down. It's the equivalent of having one held down, isn't it, I suppose? Okay, so if I do this, I can get him over here, but then we have no chance of both of us getting over there. Okay. Because I still need to get across blue. Because now she can't get back across blue. I can do that. Which puts us back pretty much where we started. I'm just going in circles. That's all I'm doing. No, the only one that makes sense is blue. Or does it? So now she can get across, but he can't. I've achieved nothing. Literally nothing in all of this. No, I have to do this in different order. This is fine too. Okay, and then this goes back to the same problem. In order for both of us to cross... In order for both of us to cross... I can do that, but then this results in the same thing we had last time, where... Well, does it? No, it doesn't. Sheesh, that was not that hard. Said the man who was not exactly sure what he did. Okay. Now the question is, how do I get these two to... Oh, I see. Alright, let's go and get set up for this then. This is going to take some doing. It's like, how am I going to get them to kill each other? It's going to be straightforward. You just do it. It's just going to be time consuming. Step 1. Build a bridge. Oop. And then we do it again. In fact, let's save ourselves a little bit of time. Oh. Well, that's gonna work less well than I was thinking, but that's fine. We have a way out of it. Okay. Seems it's going to be straightforward, but it wasn't exactly. We have to go through, do a costume change, and then do another costume change. Because it's never easy when you have the thief in your party. Always be stealing your stuff. Yeah, I've never actually played D&D where the thieves steal people's stuff, because that would be really annoying in all honesty. Alright, well, move that into position. And then that should be it. We just sandwich him. And we've successfully beaten that. Alright, now what?
Izzy said there's a chance the exit was in this direction. I'll keep going. Perhaps he's having better luck.
What? What? Huh. Okay, well, for starters, that dragon is going to roast me if I move this block. Which means I need to get over there. I am completely confounded as to why I care about this. This entire area just seems superfluous. Oh, I have to push the block through a second time without losing anything. Okay. I can't step on orange. That's my major constraint. Ah. I understand now. This is what makes this actually challenging. Okay. Well, I have to pick one color not to step on. That's going to be the tricky bit. Let's figure out which color is most reasonable doing the first dry run here. So I can do this. I think the answer is going to be purple. Because yeah, that can push you down through here. Yeah, it's purple. Okay. And then we shove him off. And then we just carefully don't step on purple. Like, I get this. I understand this. To be fair, I could avoid blue right there, but I think it's better if I don't, just in terms of saving me a few steps. And there we go. That wasn't too tricky. All right, we've unlocked a bigger one. Let's see what's in the bigger one.
Hey, dragon friends.
Oh, more of this.
Dragon friends?
They remind me of home.
All right, well, for starters, I have a crystal here, which is hard to see because it's pink. I have access to the green area. And I can do that, okay. And I have dragons I can move. I need to place 2 objects on that, which, on blue, which is tricky because I can't really use the dragons for that, as far as I can tell. And actually I can. Yeah, I can never... Well... What are we trying to accomplish here? I don't see where we actually need to stand to end... Ah, that's what I was missing. The dragon is in the way. Couldn't I just push the dragon into the drink? No, there's something important here about the dragon. Move him off so she can escape. Okay. I think I see it and I hate it. Okay. Because, okay. Rewind. I don't want to move that crystal. At least I don't think I do. Okay, and then push him down 1. That lets me put him back if I feel the need suddenly. And I'm gonna need to switch places, is what I need to do. Because I need her out here. I don't know if I want the crystal there for the time being, but I need to swap places with her. So I'm not pushing things right now, I'm pulling things. No. But I see sort of the pattern of what I'm supposed to do here. At least so I think. The goal here is to move this dragon. Okay, I think I see why I need that crystal now. So let's swap out for a moment here. Because she can't deliver the crystal to its final location. It's not entirely final location, I'm going to be honest, but make it easy for her. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, no. I need to make it so she can drag. Okay, well, order operations here, I did not successfully do the right things. Okay. That dragon needs to be... I can do that. That's fine. Nuts. What a tedious level. The shorthand I've been using for that is, what was it? Annoying. When you can clearly see what you need to do, but you have to execute it over and over and over. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, what am I doing? I'm started over for a reason. Okay, I'm still going to push him down one. I still think that's the right play. Then I want to move this crystal into a convenient location for her. And then we swap. How you doing, Vanilla Town? The Druid, the Wizard, and 50 plants. Yeah, I did that one. That was definitely annoying. That one was literally a feeling of playing a 15 puzzle. One of those square type puzzles where you do all of the things. Move dragon off the axis. Nokia brick. I mean, those were mildly popular in a lot of other domains, but you're not wrong. Okay. I just went and did a lot of stuff. Why did I do all of this stuff? What was I trying to actually accomplish here? Ah, I see. I think I see. I'm fairly sure I see. Okay. Let's move her out of the way. I think I'm done with whatever skills she has for our thing here. What we're going to do is place this on the bridge, move this dragon down one, and then... Cute ending. I got another one of those. That seems important. How many puzzles am I up to? 101. Actually, I'm getting close. Success. All right, was there anything up? There was something up here that I was confused about. Yeah, I'm still confused about it. Oh, wait. Oh, I missed that it turned me blue. Yeah, it turned me blue. Okay, cool. I know what to do when I'm blue. I can't be adjacent. That's being adjacent. I can come around this way. Not sure that was actually the right play to start with, but hey, we're at least making something resembling progress. Oh wait, no, that's not resembling progress. I'm stuck. All right. That guy's actually really hard to move. Oh, but I could have done something. Yeah, okay. Well, that mistakes were made. Okay, I think I see part of it at least. Do I see part of it? Don't do that yet. There we go. Success. I've managed to get to a location. Okay. This looks simple. Maybe not. Oh, I see. I do have at least one more degree of freedom than I thought I had. Yeah, this is another one where it's just like, you know what to do, you just need to execute the move set again. I don't want that, I want this. Actually, I was happy with that, never mind. I like this. There we go. And now the question is, how do I get across? They didn't unlock anything. That's cute. Okay, so no dialogue. Our pusher dude is stuck over here. Our goal is to get all the way over there. I guess what I need to do is build a bridge. There's a few candidate locations for bridge building, but they basically require me to get our fun dude over there. Okay, that doesn't help. Okay, so I think I'm seeing this. This is more kind of standard Isokobani stuff. Because then I can teleport him over there, which will give us another spot to play with, I guess. And then I can get up. Nope, that doesn't let me up there. Okay. I can move this away from the wall. This is something I wanted. I can't escape this once I'm in the loop here. That's the best I can do, is like move it between those locations. I guess, actually, all right, first off, move it off the wall, move him down, and then get down one more. What I'm not really sure about. Wait, what? Oh. Because, right, you can't actually get anywhere. Until I can... okay. What was my plan here? This is not my plan. I can move that back and forth, but that's not really what I want to do. I can move that, but that's all I can do is move this. I need to move it up one more. Oh wait, hold up. No, I need to be able to get him over there, and that's not on that axis either. What am I trying to accomplish? Go back to the beginning. I'm not enamored with what I've tried so far. I do want to move these bricks off the wall to make them more accessible. As we've learned in other puzzles, I can't move bricks between areas just by using people. Because, like, again, I can only have one object across the divide at a time. So basically, I can either be pushing or wizarding. So that's that. The question is, what do I do with these? It's obvious I push it down by one, so I can access that brick. But what do I do after that? Actually, wait, I got both of them on the side of the divide. I forgot. Okay, and then I can do this. I can swap. Don't do that. This allows me to move this brick here, which I can then use to transpose it again. Which I think this is all I need to do here, is move it that way. And I can move him up here, which lets me swap with that. And then I can get him over there, but that's not really the... Oh, actually, that is the goal. Okay, well, let me get this into a better spot. Okay. We push. And then I can get through this again. We can put this into a marginally better location. Do another swap. And then I just push this to where the wizard is. Because the wizard knows where he is, because he knows where he isn't. And he knows where he wasn't, because he knows where he was. By taking the difference between the two, whichever is greater, which is called deviation. Okay, and then this is a simple loop, which gets us to the big puzzle. There is no dialogue. There is one dragon and one purple thingamabob. Okay, do one thing here so I don't immediately swapsy. Alright, so I think the goal here is to get the dragon into a position where it will die, while also having our friend across the street. So we're doing the same kind of thing we did last time, where there's like a big mechanic here that's kind of... Oh, wait. Well, we learned an important lesson, I guess. Okay, well, how do I get a dragon? Swap back. Actually, here's what we do. Stand on the side. We get her over here. And then we swap back. And I stand on the button. And I drag. She needs to be on the other side of the dragon. Which is, I think, doable? Oh, well, no. Well, yes. Problem solved. That was a lot easier than the other one. Mostly because it had fewer steps. Brilliant. All right, cool. How many puzzles am I up to now? I'm missing one puzzle. Just need, and I know where it is. And I did this. There's nothing to do here. I got to the end of that. I'm surprised this doesn't have anything tied to it. Well, where did that puzzle go? Oh yeah, I did also notice this. Anything over here? Yeah, it's not available yet.
Enter this game into thy book of wants, if you please.
I've noticed this.
If you haven't already. But of course you have.
Alright, well. Oh yeah, I should use fast travel here. There's only one more puzzle that I know of that I need to solve, and I want to solve it. And clearly, there's something important about this. I need to reach a certain threshold of puzzles to puzzle out this area, I guess. But yeah, I do want to solve that puzzle, but I think it's time for a very short BRB break. Because I've been sitting for 2 hours and change. And I'd like to get up for a minute. So, I'm gonna mute the mic and I'll be right back in a minute. Would you believe I still haven't set up a BRB screen? Not on this computer, at least. Anyway, this puzzle was the thing I was left off on that I knew I needed to solve. And I'd figured out one key concept. You know, it's actually funny. We never actually used the power of the wizard being able to teleport through mirrors and swap things in any of the puzzles I ended up solving. Alright, that was the problem. I cannot push this into a position that I like. This was a mirror precision puzzle. And I never found a good spot to place the mirror, or to place the brick anywhere else. Because it didn't seem to matter where I positioned it. It was always not where I needed it to be. Even if I kill the mirror to do so. Because, yeah. And the next one has the same problem. It's still one too far away. And that one has the same problem because it's one further away. And then after that, it doesn't exist. Okay. I guess coming back to this, why not something like this? Okay, that was interesting. I don't think it was good, but it was interesting. Well, I can get one of me there. Whoops. I have to say that was actually an improvement over the last couple things I've tried. Let me look at this. Is there a better way of doing this such that it doesn't kill the mirror? Yes? No? Once again, Flintstones kind of noises. If I place it up here, does that change things significantly? Okay. Okay, it does need extra path length. Oh. Interesting. I think this literally puts me back exactly where I was. With the only bonus that I can move the upper... I can still move the upper mirror. Oh, the lower mirror lets... Oh. I'm dumb.
That only you may blaze.
I thought that was one of those reflective-only mirrors, but really I should have realized it wasn't. Alright, so that's 105... Oh, 104 still. Really? I swore I'd already solved 104. Okay. Right, let me quit and check this really quick. Because it'll take all of a minute here. Enjoy the cyan screen. I love it so very much. It's the Windows 98 background color. Also, because it's Mac OS, I have to redo this. Sinking star, go. There we go. Yes, no clankers. No thank you. All right. Yeah, 105 is what I'd heard the actual number was in the game, so am I done? I think I'm done. Let's check Reddit, I guess. Order of the number of puzzles. I've looked this up a few times. That was actually what I wanted. Different context, maybe. How many puzzles in part 2? Yes, that's what I want. 105 plus 3 big stars. Oh, yeah, I guess that's it. Cool. Well, that's what I did. I beat it. That was fun, actually. So that's 105. Oh, yep. All right, cool. So yeah, that was a really cool demo. I'm definitely gonna have to play the game when it comes out because it's fascinating to combine these really weird Sokoban ideas. Let's get it going in rapid speed. I sure hope they fix this, but it might just be my computer doing this kind of thing. Honestly, the thing I'm most excited about still, despite having experienced the least of it, I guess I don't know what the bottom part will bring. Because like maybe this seas and shores area down here will be so really cool, or skipping stones to lonely homes will be so cool, it'll blow my mind. But the promise area is definitely the part I'm looking forward to the most. I really enjoyed the global constraints of gem counting and all of that. Just a shame there wasn't more of it in the demo, because it was really cool, and once we were done the tutorial, then it was just done, which, yeah, nice and all, but it still would have been cool to do a bit more. Yeah, no, like, this was really cool. I had fun. I will probably play the full version and be like, how did I solve that puzzle in the demo, like, 2 years ago, whenever Jonathan Blow finally finishes this? Because who knows how long that's going to take, because most of his games take like 10 years and change, like this one. I really should beat The Witness. I haven't done that in a while. I think I beat it once, but only got like one of the big endings or whatever there was. Anyway, this was fun. Gem DLC incoming. No, this is just a demo. It's just a demo. That's all there is to it. There's more of it. It's just somewhere else.